Is being a power couple essential to leveling up in life? That's what I want to discuss today. So I've been thinking about this during this season of love that we're in. Today is Valentine's Day, so I hope that you are spending it, first of all, just really grasping onto your quality and your self-love, but also showing love to everyone around you. I don't think that Valentine's Day is a selfish holiday, although I hope that you are being treated with respect and love as you should be if you're in a relationship. But it's about also how can we show the love that we have for others. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about this concept of the power couple, and is being a power couple something that you should aspire to or work on, and how will that benefit you in your leveling up journey? Now, first of all, we have to talk about the fact that there is a stereotypical power couple. So you may think of some examples from pop culture. I'll show a few here on the screen that you may have in mind. And I certainly think of some of these couples when I think about the concept of a power couple. But why would this be a relationship state that we would be aspiring to? And I don't know if relationship state is really the proper word. I'm still working on doing my own research around the concept of power couples. They've always fascinated me. And especially being here on a leveling up journey, there are some qualities that I have started to dive into and work on seeing how we can incorporate them in our relationship, in my relationship with my husband. Let's go ahead and talk about one of the qualities that I think is important to achieving the status of a power couple. And some of these may or may not surprise you. So the first one that I really think about is support. I think that these couples that we label as power couples, they both support each other in every aspiration that they have, no matter what that is. So for example, you may have a husband who is really aspiring to level up his career, and that may require him to work a few extra hours in the office each week, but his wife is there supporting him, although that will take some time away from her quality time and maybe her family. She is supporting him in that goal no matter what, because she knows that the outcome is not only the best for him, but also for their family and their lifestyle together. I'm not saying that the support is to an extreme level where she may be lacking in her own needs and wants, but she knows that giving that support to her husband in that manner is a really important factor in their success of a relationship. The same thing for the husband. If they're a power couple together, it's not one-sided. The support is going to go both ways. And so if the wife has an ultimate goal of keeping a home a certain way or living in a certain home, or maybe she has a business that she's working on building, the husband is going to do all that he can to support her aspirations. And I think when you see both sides of a relationship support one another with a great balance, that's when you start to maybe label them more of a power couple together. Another characteristic that I've noticed about power couples is that they both have a purpose. They have a common purpose, and they may each have their own separate purposes that they really aspire to, and that's what gets them up in the morning. But those two purposes are usually part of the same goal or same purpose for living together and being in the relationship. So I think that if you are in a relationship and there's really no purpose, no common purpose in building a life together, that relationship is probably in a lot of trouble, and it needs to be rethought a little bit. You need to rethink, what is our purpose? What's my purpose? What's his purpose? And do those align, or are we just kind of veering off with our purposes in two completely separate directions? Another really important characteristic that I've noticed about power couples is their level of trust is up here. There is a really big trust factor involved when you are both working on your purposes. You both have to support each other. You've got to trust that the other person in the relationship always has what's best in mind, that they're staying loyal to you, that the way that they're spending their time and resources is ultimately in your best interest together. It's not that you are selfish in your wants and needs. You both trust each other so much that you have a solid foundation. And I really think that trust is important for any relationship, but if you are working on becoming that power couple that sees their relationship and their life go to new levels, trust has to be in place. I think that this is probably one of the most important characteristics that I have noticed. There can be very many, and I'm going to keep it brief and just some of the really major characteristics that I want to work on in our relationship together for me personally. But vision, wow, vision I think is one of the things that really kind of gets overlooked, or maybe we think we have a vision, but it's just not very clear. We don't have a plan in place on how to carry out that vision. And a power couple absolutely has a very clear vision for what they want to achieve together, for the way that their life looks, for the way that they raise their family together, for the way that they live their careers, they run their businesses. The vision is crystal clear, and they have steps and plans in place to go ahead and carry out that vision. I've heard this quote for a long time, that where there is a lack of vision, the people will perish. And I think that totally goes for a relationship. So where your relationship has a lack of vision, that relationship is going to perish. It's going to die out. And so if you are dating someone, I talked about dating last week and gave some advice. If you didn't catch that video, I'll link it up here. In a dating relationship, you will want to be really careful with the vision for that relationship and how that person fits into a vision. Do they have a vision for their life? And I think that especially when you are married or before marriage, talk about your vision together as a couple. See where that vision aligns and see where it doesn't align. I'm not saying that your vision is always going to align 100% of the time. In fact, if you don't communicate, if you don't have good communication, that's where your vision will start to fall apart. And so I think that vision is something that I want to make even more crystal clear for our life and for my marriage. But as a power couple, there's no denying that there is a vision and it's very clear. There's a roadmap to get there. Now, going back really quickly to the stereotypical power couple that I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I think that oftentimes those power couples we envision in our minds, we may think that a quality or characteristic of them means that they have to be seen, they have to be known, they are celebrities, they're in the public eye. I don't think that that's always the case, and I think that it's dangerous for us that are in relationships or aspiring to be in a committed relationship to think that that is something that will give us that power couple status. And that power couple status is what I think we use as the locomotive in life, right? Like, we want to have a partner and a committed life partner that has many of these qualities, and we can build a relationship with these qualities I just mentioned in order to get to that life that we want to be living faster, and also live that life in a more solid way. We want to be secure in what we're doing. Now, the power couples that you see on TV and you see in the movies, I don't think that being known and being celebrity is an essential characteristic of being a power couple. You can absolutely live as a power couple together in your life, in your career, in your neighborhood, behind the scenes of a camera. You don't have to be living every move that you have out in the public eye. And I know several examples from my personal life of couples that I would say are absolute power couples. I would love to aspire to live a relationship out the way that they do, and of course accomplish the things that they've accomplished. So I just say at the end here, be careful with the personas, the celebrities that you label as power couples. I think they're great for inspiration, but realize that sometimes that can be dangerous when we try to live up to that and we think that that's the only way that we can achieve a power couple status in our relationships. These characteristics that I mentioned, the support, the purpose, the trust, and the vision, those do not have to be lived out in the public eye in order to be labeled as a power couple. I think that when you achieve that status, that working status, because it is an ebb and flow, often as a result of that, you may find that you as a couple are in the public eye together because you are probably at a point where you're working on very many projects. But these couples, they were working on these things and had a lot of these characteristics going for them before they were even out in the public eye. I leave you with that. Again, I wish you a very happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I really love just being here with you on this channel here on YouTube. I want to wish you a great rest of your week. I will see you in the next video. Bye.